Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Anime-Zing Radio here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm your host, Doug Engler. I have returned from, multiple weeks of work, and excited to be back. Of course, joining me in the co-host seats and the three who have been holding down the fort. Of course, Miss Angela Rose.
Hi, everyone.
Mr. Darren Starling.
Sorry I died last week.
And VTuber extraordinaire, Kaya Tiano.
Hello.
And
I just noticed the background is different, Kaya. That looks amazing.
New background, new outfit.
New everything.
Well, the new outfit was somewhat shown off a little bit late last week.
Well, this one's a new one because they just updated the model again. There's one of the customizable prism.
And of course, he wasn't able to join us last week when we had onkey execs on, but he is able to join us this week. Please welcome back Switch Hacks to the show.
Hi guys.
I will
did my
say,
best last week.
I assume that winter storm caused you technical difficulties last week.
Oh yeah, it was the combination of that. So we basically story time. So basically, we have a cat who has 3 legs and he has like a couple medical issues. So we're like, we want to make sure he doesn't freeze to death. So we're like, if we lose power, it could be really bad. So we went to a hotel for a couple days, and I was basically trying to join you guys from my phone, and it was not working.
Understandable, and I will say your commentary from the chat, I don't know how much you heard, but it was your commentary was much appreciated.
I did hear when Mav started struggling as to who the heck are we? What do we do? And I'm like, Mav, please.
I did have to laugh. I did go back and rewatch everything from the show last week because I was curious as to how things went, and I think we have a wild Mav showing up now.
We do.
Hey everyone, sorry.
Hi, Mav.
Sorry I'm late.
Hello, Mav. It's a pleasure to finally get a chance to talk with you. Sorry I missed you last week.
And Ross has a bunch of comments, largely greetings to everybody. Welcome back, Doug. Nice idle model to Kaya, and welcome back to Switch Hacks.
Hello.
So it's going to be a fun show. I figure we talk about some of the anime stuff. This is a surprising season. I'm having a season like Angela normally has, where I'm currently only watching 3 shows.
Oh, okay.
Before we get into currently watching shows, because I am curious how much overlap we have, did you watch the Joey video I mentioned?
I couldn't find it.
I did.
I didn't.
Big anime news, and actually, I want everyone's opinions on this, including chat. It came up in the news that Mappa and Netflix have a partnership in the works, and the internet is claiming this is going to ruin anime.
No, it's the internet.
Exactly.
Everything's gonna ruin anime.
Yeah.
It's over.
Precisely, but I figured I'd start there. And 1, have y'all heard about this before now? And 2, what are people's thoughts?
I had not heard about it before you mentioned something in the group chat, I think yesterday about it, but I didn't see it until I got home at like 3 o'clock this morning.
I knew about it, but I agree with Joey on the video when he said at the end, why don't we just let it play out and see what happens?
Exactly.
Before everybody just freaks out and end of the world.
If Mappa does what Mappa does and Netflix is just providing a platform and money for some exclusivity, awesome. Mappa's good. Mappa doesn't always knock it out of the park, but they're a good studio.
Hmm.
I mean, there's hits and misses when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters, I think, originally approached Netflix and Sony, and they turned it down. That's why it went to, I believe it was Amazon, and look at how big it got. So they missed out on a gold mine with K-pop Demon Hunters. So I think they're trying to step up and be like, well, since this is so popular, let's try to get our foot in the door in an exclusive way, some way, shape, or form.
K-pop was on Netflix though.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't mean to.
No, I
actually
think.
yeah,
I
K-pop
believe
is
it was
Netflix.
they tried to get it on Crunchy, and Crunchy said no.
Yeah, and then Netflix was like, "Oh, we'll take it," and then it exploded.
I knew it was on one or another. I couldn't
Yeah, you're good.
remember.
But I'm of the opinion that if it is done correctly, and Netflix doesn't try to get overly involved with the actual production, then it's going to be fine. There's going to be some shows that everybody likes. There's going to be some shows that people don't like, and that's kind of the nature of the beast. You can't.
Well, you know,
they can't all be winners.
I think it all also depends on what Netflix decides to do and how well the upper management at Mappa manages their their interactions with Netflix, because the idea that Netflix essentially starts to treat Mappa like a first party studio, similar to what Sony does with some of their developers, that's a very good setup. They have Netflix's backing and money, which would help them hire more animators. It could help them improve their timelines. There's a lot of beneficial aspects, but it all depends on how the two studios treat each other and how they interact with each other, and which is just a wait and see at this point.
Exactly.
Yep.
But
Which is kind of the same thing that we've seen with like positive notes of like other Netflix anime that have gotten like really good remarks and like check marks and things, like obviously like Cyberpunk and
Sakamoto.
Sakamoto. I was gonna say there are good adaptations that go through Netflix that probably aren't as heavily influenced by Netflix as a company, but again, they have the backing and the money necessary to make what they want to.
I mean, similar right now. I mean, how many companies are dumping money into 2D animation? I say I welcome it. The more like a big company like Netflix, let them dump some money.
Sure.
Like, similar with Amazon. Like we wouldn't have gotten Vox Machina if it wasn't for the fact that Amazon had money to burn. Let them spend the money, because there's not a lot of big studios with money willing to put that into studios right now. So let them, and just wait and see what the output is.
And then the output is going to be. Oh, go ahead, Ange.
I was going to say, if the output is all shit, then lesson learned.
Yeah.
And if it's an even split of mostly good with a few misses.
I will say, when it comes to Japanese studios, they're very good at pushing back against American companies. We've seen it time and time again.
Yep.
They're very good at telling American companies, like, back the hell off and let us do what we do. So, because they're very prideful. So I feel like if anybody can push back against Netflix, it would probably be Mappa, considering they have prestige. They have the clout. They have, they have the ability. They're not an amateur studio.
And they already have a portfolio of successful shows.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And then you end up with something like Angela's new upcoming favorite show. That time I was reincarnated as the hero's kidney or rib or something that's supposed to come out next season.
No, my husband sent me that. And it is not a secret that I despise. As a whole, I despise the isekai genre. I understand people love it. I get why. But he sent me that as and I just was like, just why?
Because we need Doug to watch it and then say how much he wants to hate it and then like it.
There it is right there.
As a rib?
Yes.
That's a real show?
Oh, I thought you were joking.
That's not a gag.
No, I am not.
Wow.
That's a real show.
That's
I was
insane.
reincarnated as a kid, as a rib. Oh no, where are we?
And this is and
We've gone, from,
subsequently
we've gone from inanimate objects to body parts. What's next?
and subsequently I sent that to the group chat and was like, seriously, what in the heck?
Yeah.
What are we doing? You're not even your own character anymore.
Now, I like my isekais and stuff, but even I'm like, what the hell?
It must be, you know what? I feel like they're probably at a level of just saying like, let's see what we can get away with. Like,
Let's throw eggs at the wall.
And the worst part is, I'm going to go into this show with the same mindset I had when I went into Vending Machine. I hope this sucks because I want to destroy it.
and then lo and behold,
lo and behold, like Vending Machine was really good season 1, and season 2 the story got better because they actually had like a storyline they were following and like a goal they were working towards, which made season 2 better than season 1 in my opinion. I know Angela will never watch it, so I'm not worried about spoilers for her. I will say though, at some point she's got to get on the free run bus because she is the one amongst us who loves to watch all the overrated shows, and why she hasn't started free run, God only knows.
But it's so good. I don't understand.
No,
And-
to be fair,
And if you watch nothing more, watch just the ending credits because the entire ending musical sequence for season 2 is hand drawn in color pencil. Every frame.
I saw that. It's beautiful.
It is absolutely gorgeous. It's
I
worth the
might-
watch.
I might actually, my best friend who went to art school and who actually, I know she would appreciate that alone. So I'll probably recommend that to her. But yeah, free run is one of those. I'll get to it eventually. It just was one of those. Enough people would not shut up about it. I know it is probably right up my alley, but it was one of those. Too many people wouldn't shut up to the point where I was like, nope, I'm not doing this.
And Free Run season 2 is one of the 3 shows I'm currently watching this season, to nobody's surprise.
What are now? I want to know. Actually, you know what? First, we're going to go back to chat.
Hello, Dustin in the chat and Ross.
Because Ross, before we get sidetracked with anime for once, Ross says that he saw Zootopia today.
Zootopia 2.
Yes.
Ooh.
And
I forgot
Ross,
they made a second one.
And Ross, what were your thoughts on that? Because I've heard good things, but sequels tend to be hit or miss.
Well, I'll admit I never watched Zootopia except for like clips here and there, but I'll give credit to the trailer. It at least made it look enticing.
Ross, also, while we're talking about random anime adjacent news, Crunchyroll, and this touches on your comments, some of your comments, Darren, from last week about buying merch. Crunchyroll apparently has a new policy to remove slow selling items from their store.
Well, I mean, that's natural business, but at the same time, it's just one of those things of where are they going to when they do that? Like,
Is there like a Crunchyroll like wholesale store that I can go to where it's just like everything they just couldn't sell on the website? Because like I go there.
exactly.
You're looking for
Now,
more.
that's something that would be interesting. It's just
Like a building 19 of anime merch.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we get a Dollar General of anime merch? You know.
I really feel like that store would do amazing, actually.
That's what would be crazy.
Because there's people like me who always seek out the lesser known anime merchandise.
And
Because
then
I am not one that likes the big name shows.
And then occasionally you'd get the thing right before the resurgence, so you have something you bought for $1 that's now worth several
Kind of like
hundred.
this figure.
Yeah.
Elena, The Journey of Elena. I think that was one that my wife and I had watched, and it was a really good show. I was surprised to actually find that. I think I found that at FYE.
Wait a minute, Doug, am I watching more anime than you right now?
Probably.
I think I'm watching more than both of y'all. I don't
My
know.
wife's watching more than I am this season.
But that's, I mean,
That never happens. I'm usually averaging, 10 to 15 a season, and I've got 3 right now.
and I'm actively watching 5. Granted, I'm caught up on 3.
I think I'm watching 6 or 7.
6, 7.
Now,
Oh my
I
Doug,
do
what
it
are
not on purpose.
oh my God, Doug,
Sure.
what are
I am currently watching Freerin, saw a cute girl in the hero's party and confessed, and recently I'm watching 4 because my wife and I are watching Jack of All Trades but English dub, so we're a few episodes behind on that. And then I did start the one about the teacher, a misanthrope teaches a class for demi-humans. I started that one,
all right?
so
Given
I'm
that,
up to 4.
so the only overlap on our lists that we're both actively watching is Jack of All Trades.
You forgot me in that one, in that list.
Are you? Oh, that's right. You're also watching Jack of All Trades,
hmm
and I believe you and I have 2 overlaps.
You're watching Jack of All Trades, and what's the other one?
Uh,
Is
sen-
it Polar Opposites?
no, Sentenced to be a Hero.
No, not me.
All right, then no.
I think I was starting that one, and I was going to, and I didn't.
No, and I
whatever
was,
reason.
we were initially going. We talked about watching Cute Girl in the Party, but decided not to.
It's fun.
And Darren, season 3 of Dangers in My Heart has been greenlit.
Yes, I'm waiting for my movie first.
And Sanders 556, who's new here, at least I think that is not a name I recognize, says let's take a trip outside. It's cold outside.
Absolutely not.
I will be outside tomorrow about 2:00 in the afternoon until probably 2 a.m.
I like
for
my
work.
digits attached
I will
and not
be
gangrenous.
We here in my part of New England, we are in the feels like negative digits.
My favorite.
We're near the single digits right now.
And
Actually, it's kind of sad. Our energy company sent out mass texts to everybody asking us to reduce our power usage to conserve energy on the grid later tonight because of how cold it's going to get. And we're just like, what?
Yeah.
Whereas we get messages from like the electric company being like, and our property management company has sent out mass emails with, hey, this is what you need to do to be prepared for the extreme cold. But it's the same every winter. We get them every winter, so it's like,
oh, okay.
It's the standard New England winter of when it gets below a certain temperature. If you go away, don't turn the heat, leave the heat on and leave it set to a specific temperature so you don't freeze your pipes.
Mm-hmm.
You could just politely message them back and just say, no, I won't do any of that.
What if I want my house to explode?
Yeah.
Hello, John.
Everyone that I know that was even talking about it basically wanted to tell them, cut our bills first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Oh God.
You guys had some interesting conversations last week. Like I said, I was listening a little bit. Mav, you had brought up some interesting thoughts, and one of the things that you guys had talked about was must-watch material.
Are you talking about what I feel is like required watching is anime, or just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's I have strong opinions. I feel like we need to open the schools again. There's too many people who don't know like
We have to
the
dust off the
fundamentals.
tomes.
I suppose, you know what, I meant to bring this up last week and I didn't. Doug, there was a recent trash taste where part of the show they had apparently polled their audience for a 9x9.
The 3x3s of their top
Yeah.
9 favorite animes of all time, and there
Yes.
was some interesting shows on that list.
Exactly. And then they turned it into a guessing game, and that was hilarious. But some people's picks for their top 9 anime were ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you could tell there were some of them that were just they picked it because it was popular at the time.
Yeah.
But then they picked some that there were shows I'd never heard of.
The fact that somebody had Serial Experiments Lane, I was floored by that.
I mean, that is one of their like top picks. I don't see why not. That was definitely, I mean, Serial Experiments kind of led to a lot of others. Like without Serial, you don't really get Paranoia Agent.
But that's one of those. I found it I got introduced to it in college in the early 2000s. And subsequently, it was one of those. After that, outside of the group, the people I watched it with, no one knew it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hence why I was shocked to see someone putting it in their top 9.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna say, to nobody's surprise, one of my favorite animes of all time did not make anybody's top 9.
Which is
We've talked extensively on this one, Doug, and I understand why it did not make anyone's top 9. But that being said, it's very good.
So, wait, which one didn't make anyone's top 9?
How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom.
oh,
God damn it.
Oh.
Sorry.
About to say, Doug, was mine on any list? I'm assuming not.
actually, yours
DXD
was.
made like 2 lists.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I'm proud right now.
and that led to a conversation between me and husband about the fact that Darren, you showed me episode 1, and I actually enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad you did. Can't wait to show you more.
If you can get past the fan service, yes, it's overly fan service. The story itself is really good. The world building is fantastic. And it's one of the few shows that I have found where a character that I despised in season 1 was my favorite character by the end of season 3.
Which character?
Konako.
Okay.
But that's
Her character arc and the growth that she showed through those 3 seasons made her go from, in season 1, I'm like, she's just kind of a moody bitch. And then it was like, no, she's got a sweet side to her and she's adorable. And the fact that she's a cat girl probably helped as well. But
and yeah, I mean, I suppose extrapolate and kind of bringing this up to extrapolate from there, kind of the whole concept of required viewing kind of nicely relates to this, because we could put together a laundry list of what is required watching, but not all of it would be liked by everybody.
Well, I think much like the classic books, like classic novels, you kind of require. I don't think you should be required to like all of them, but you should at least be required to watch them,
or at least have an understanding of why they're important, and also have something to say about them, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, like the fact that I forget who, but like wasn't familiar with like Lupin blows my mind. Lupin is one of those.
That is also me.
I'm familiar with it in terms of its existence and whatnot, but in terms of actually watching it, that's a no for me. But then
I've never seen it either.
Because you want to talk about like a character who, the archetypes that are established in Lupin, like their influence is felt throughout so many other animes.
And then, I mean, if we're going to start that list, Akira should be the top of that list.
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
well, because
it's
Akira influenced how much
I mean, yeah, true. Akira did. I wouldn't put Akira at the top of the list though. It definitely.
If we're going, I'm going with like a chronological. This was made before, and you can see how it influenced everything that came after.
Okay, I can see that. I can definitely understand.
And if you want to go old school for influencing things, I mean, back before I knew what anime was, I used to watch Aeon Flux on MTV, which that is technically anime. I didn't know it was at the time, but it was an interesting show. And then when I got into anime, my true gateway show was Inuyasha.
See, but you watched Aeon Flux, but without the original Ghost in the Shell OVA, you don't get Aeon Flux. Like, talk about just something that like jacked in like.
I mean,
Ghost in the Shell's entire like being.
I mean, are we sure that's even? Are we sure even with Ghost in the Shell is Aeon Flux even a bit? Where am I going with this? Or is it like a Tarantino movie where it doesn't matter? You're not going to make sense of it anyway.
Like Fooly Cooly.
Fooly Cooly, you know, that's my masterpiece.
Fooly Cooly is a classic, but I've sat down and binged all 6 episodes in one sitting, and I still can't tell you what the hell it's about.
It's because,
but it's entertaining.
I'll say this. So Fooly Cooly, I could talk all day about Fooly Cooly. Fooly Cooly is kind of like Evangelion in my eyes, where people tend to look a lot deeper than they need to. Like, there's a lot of themes and concepts covered, but at the end of the day, Fooly Cooly is just a coming of age story. That's all it is. And it is a boy who meets a girl who's outside of his sphere, his world. So she feels like an alien, and she exposes him to so much. And, you know, obviously it's a coming of age. It's about him. Very much about him coming into, you know, his sexuality as a young boy too. That's the entire theme. That's what each of those episodes are about, and how he was forever in the shadow of his brother until he meets that woman.
See, I saw a couple episodes, and I just didn't like it.
You just saw a kid get hit upside the head with a guitar by a girl on a Vespa, and then a robot pop out.
And just walked out and just.
I just,
you know, it
was one of those. It was one of those. I just was like, okay, I don't understand why people love this, but okay.
And if you really want to go down the rabbit hole of oddball anime, Golden Boy.
Yeah.
I mean,
you have 5 completely random episodes that only get tied together on the 6th one.
Yes, Golden Boy, and you know, talk about like your fan service. Golden Boy wrote the book on like amazing fan service,
and it had such classical lines like "I know those" and "a black bra."
Yes.
Friends of mine and I still joke about that. Even my wife and I will make comments about that from time to time.
I just, you know,
Angela's just going to shake her head and she'll be over here.
And wow, Ross agrees with me. Ross agrees with me about Fooly Cooly.
I get it. Look, I get it. It's not for everybody. Fooly Cooly is not for everybody. Yeah. It's a very but for me, it's just a masterpiece. The music, the animation, the love that went into that.
And I am not, by any means, I am not saying it was bad in any way, shape, or form. I just did not enjoy it and don't understand, and did not at the time understand why everybody loved it. I'm like, okay, whatever. This was a thing. But then again, I'm also the one, as Doug likes to point out, a lot of what I do enjoy tends to be the overhyped, overrated shonen nonsense.
I mean, I was always gonna like Fooly Cooly. Like, you know, I go back to Samurai Pizza Cats and then Puni Puni Poemi. Like I was always like, that was always gonna dial right into my brain in terms of the humor and the ridiculousness.
I suppose when one of the first anime I watched start to finish and enjoyed was Serial Experiments Lane. The very odd, very conceptual stuff is a lot of what I enjoy.
So do you like what's that one anime?
Do you enjoy Steins Gate?
I have not seen
she-
Steins
You
Gate.
haven't seen? Oh my god, that's like
I-
classic, like the lane to Steins Gate pipeline.
Nope, that is a fact on my list. That's on my list to watch.
Watch. I might get
Cyberpunk.
about to say I might get heat for saying this, but as much as I love Steins Gate, just to stay with the universe, watch Chaos Head first.
Really?
Hmm.
I mean, I won't say it's like a god awful take or anything along those lines, but it's definitely interesting. I
Well,
could see the argument for it.
For example, Cyberpunk, I absolutely loved. Another one of my favorites. I think I made I made all of these guys watch episode 1 of Psycho Pass.
Oh, that was the other one. That's the one I couldn't think of. Psychopath. So if you
That is one of my that is one of my top 9.
And I think I surprised Angela because Kaya, Darren, Angela, myself, and my wife all selected a show at random to watch the first episode in Japanese because not all of them had been dubbed.
Mhm.
And I actually liked Angela's choice better than Darren's. And I think that surprised her.
It did.
The only two that really were probably remotely interested in my choice was Angela and your wife.
Yeah.
And
Because
see,
it was Psychopath versus Dorohedoro.
Mm.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
I watched both and I'm like, I'm more likely to continue Psychopath than Dorohedoro. Just because of my taste.
And
as an
speaking
aside,
of which, sorry, Dorohedoro season 2 coming soon, just so you know.
yep, I did see that. As some asides from the chat, apparently the Grammys are going on right now, and Kendrick Lamar just won an award.
Ross is saying there's a Catgirl anime coming out this July called Chainsmoker Cat. I have not heard of
Soundtrack
that.
exclusively Chainsmokers music. Like I might check
Oh.
it out. If they commit to it and it's just
Oh my
exclusively
God.
Chainsmokers music.
That would be. that-
I will.
I would watch an episode and then probably just go find the album and play that. On
Just like she did with Call of the Night.
I did do that with Call of the Night, and the season 1 soundtrack was like playing in my car for about a week straight.
And
I
you should
did
you
not-
should find the soundtrack for season 2 because
Yeah,
it's still creepy nuts and it's still just as good.
I have said this many times, but that was a show I was super disappointed. It was not for me. Every selling point Doug had was accurate, except for the fact that I could not. Story's a big thing for me, and for me, bad writing is a deal breaker. Could not get past episode 2. The characters were for me that flat and zero redeeming qualities, but the art was gorgeous, the music was spot on, but I couldn't get past the script. And that leads us into what I think is a thoughtful question from the chat. For Mav and Switch, do your friends tell you that if you don't like any anime, don't force yourself to watch it?
Well, you see, I don't have friends who don't like anime. No, I'm just joking.
Oh,
It's the adaptation of literally anything. It could be, oh, do you not like celebrity dramas? Do you not like freaking The Real Housewives or like trucker shows? Or it's literally the same thing as every other piece of medium. No one's gonna like everything, and you have to be able to, accept that of people.
For me, I am the friend who tells people to watch anime, even if they don't like it. I'm like, give it a try, see what you take away from it. I'm that friend. So,
see, I'm the one that just ends up being a conversation piece. I had one of somebody at one point I was wearing one of my Ruby shirts, and someone assumed it was from a different anime altogether. And this led to a 20-minute conversation just about anime that was current to that point in time.
Mhm.
And I'm the
And
kind of
me and this
person that,
person and me
Go
and
ahead.
this person just recommending each other shows to watch.
and I'm the person that at my work has gotten 3 people to watch Apothecary Diaries or Freerun.
I have not watched Apothecary Diaries. I know that was homework. I did not find the time this week. So if you guys have me on again, I will be happy to watch it. I've even got somebody to watch with. This week was not that week.
No, that
That's
is
totally
fair.
understandable. You're
When-
talking to somebody who has spent the last 4 days consistently, actually the last 5 days consistently on the road. All week I was either going to Altoona or Harrisburg.
You know what, Math?
Mm.
I feel like what we should do, you watch Apothecary Diaries,
Okay.
and I will watch one of, and depending with caveats, we'll watch a show of your choice.
Ooh.
And then we do an episode where we go back and forth and debate and discuss.
Oh, I
I
like that
suggest
idea.
Freerun, but that's just me because I think she'll like Freerun because the story is
Hey,
really
you know
good.
what? I
but-
will not oppose that one. I say caveat because if you stick me with an isekai, I'm just going to whine and complain and dislike it on principle.
But slime
Which
is
actually-
top tier isekai.
That actually
But vending machine.
that does bring me to an interesting question though I have to ask for everybody. What is a genre you would like to see a resurgence of in anime that you feel is
Etchy.
You said what?
that was way too fast of an answer.
I'm with you. Hey, look, I'm with you. But let it be quality. Can we get some quality etchy, please?
We have barely had any decent quality etchy anime since like 2016, 2018. Like, come on.
Gushing over Magical Girl.
That is quality, but that's still there's nowhere near as many.
And from an objective standpoint, I will actually agree with that, even though a lot of that is just that I cannot be a fan, but agree that there should be some that's quality.
Okay. So are we transitioning to like Anime-Zing like After Dark now? Because if we're talking etchy, like we can go, we can go places.
We did do that for a
far.
short time. We did have an AZR.
scale.
I was gonna say for that
we can go far.
we need there's someone we need to invite to join us for that. Doug, you know who I'm referencing.
Does he happen to live in South Carolina?
No.
I have
The other one?
Our friend who's always around for the 18 plus.
Oh, the other one.
I have a female friend who is very opinionated on her etchy, and she is very she would be qualified for that conversation.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you finally figured out who I was referring to.
My mind went through about 35 people, and then it finally settled on somebody who recently got married.
Yes, 100% her.
It's always a blast when we have her. I hope she can make it to Onkey. We should tell her about it.
Yes, we should.
You know that she would have a good time, and Mav and Hax probably would have no idea how to handle her.
No.
Excellent.
There
it is. I knew it was coming. The second the term edgy hit the chat, I was like, who's gonna say fucking prison high school first? Sorry.
Wait,
John. And also, apparently, John Knight's answer to that is shonen, and I love a good shonen, but I will argue there's too many. There's too many right now and very few that are S tier.
Okay. Yes, I have seen Prison School.
Yeah.
I think I read more of it than I actually watched.
But
I agree with you on that. I will say, for me, I think the last good, I don't know if it qualifies as etchy or not. It's more fan service, but was definitely High School of the Dead, which I understand why it ended. It's tragic why it ended, unfortunately. But talk about a story that had just a wonderful fan service, and the story was going places, and it was a genre that I really, really like to see like their idea of the zombie apocalypse through the eyes of like anime, which was really cool. And we really haven't had that done well.
About to say, I think Zom 100 got close, even though I really haven't seen it. I heard that in terms of recent zombie anime, in terms of a zombie apocalypse, that was the closest thing to High School of the Dead. While, I mean, not getting anywhere near it, but still.
Yeah.
And
It was far more goofy than it was like etchy. But
Yeah.
like one of the characters' like best friends is like, my entire comedic like outlook on life is I just get naked. And that's it. That's the comedy. That's the punchline.
and Ross is saying, for a genre, pure romance as opposed to romantic comedy.
That's fair.
And
There's
I-
a lot of romance and of late.
Yeah, like
And I think I will agree. His comment goes on. If you watch a romantic comedy these days, you'll see more comedy and less romance, and it bugs him when it feels like romance feels like it's vanishing, but the romance won't happen till the end of the series, and it doesn't get a second season, and that's his take.
I mean, that I feel like that's just the result of companies in general pulling the plug on stuff too quickly, you know.
Yeah.
And I will agree. I will agree that there could be more pure romance and less romantic comedies, and comedy in and of itself is something I'm very, very picky about.
And I'm kind of regretting. Well, part of me is regretting picking Dora Hetero, and I'm really not. For your comedy, I really think you'd enjoy Setokai Yakuindamo, or Doug, how do you think she would handle Shimoneta?
I think she would enjoy Shimoneta for what it is. It's definitely not a show to take seriously, but it's an interesting concept, and I think Angela would enjoy the world that and the subject matter of Shimoneta, how they try to get around what the world in that show is, trying to become. Granted, it's they have a quirky way of doing it, but I feel like if she gave it a chance, she's either going to go in. If she goes into it with an open mind and looks at it objectively, she could enjoy the concept, maybe enjoy the storyline. But if she takes the story out of it and just watches it for what it is, she's either going to absolutely love it or hate it. That's just knowing Angela as much as.
I was gonna say, so it's one of those one extreme or the other with no middle ground.
Pretty much.
Which, like, realistically kind of falls on everyone's taste. Like, someone could be like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And then it's like, objectively.
Well, no, it's one of those things where I watch a lot of anime. Or over recent years, I've watched a lot of anime. I've watched a lot of mediocre, forgettable shows that weren't so bad. I remember them for how shit they were, but also nothing to write home about. Just yeah, watch that.
And as Angela had mentioned last week, her and my tastes are almost 100% polar opposites. There's probably maybe 5 shows that cross over that we both have watched and enjoyed.
And one of them is this season. Because I believe the one show all 3 of us are watching wasn't even planned, because when we plan it, somebody screws it up.
Yeah.
But I believe all 3 of us are watching Jack of All Trades currently.
Kai, are you watching that one too?
Yep.
So
all
4 of us.
Even better.
All 4 of us. That's the first.
Even better, and that wasn't planned. Are you all caught up with Jack of All Trades?
No.
I am.
I had mentioned earlier that my wife and I are watching that together dubbed. So I am behind. I think we've seen the first 2 episodes.
Only the first 2?
Yeah.
So you're 3
Because-
behind.
Is that the one that's on episode 5?
Yeah, that is on episode 5. We looked earlier today because
Okay.
we were gonna try to watch the newest one, and it wasn't dubbed in English; it was dubbed in another language.
Okay,
at the
because
time
I
that we had
know
looked.
we watched multiple episode 4s and one episode 5 today, and I couldn't remember which one was episode 5.
And on the subject of ecchi earlier, another show that really doesn't get the love that I think that it could deserve is Freezing. Now, I know there's a lot of fan service ecchi parts in it, but all of the nudity and stuff is done during battle sequences with blades, which in all legitimacy would cut clothing. It's not just nudity for the sake of nudity for 95% of the show. Most of it is done in battle scenes. Yeah, it's overdone in some cases because it's anime and it's older anime. But
And I think
there's a reason that they're showing certain things, because if you take a sword and slice somebody, you cut their clothes, you're going to see skin. It just depends on where the sword makes contact with the person's clothing.
And I think that's, as a whole, I think my big thing is the fan service for the sake of fan service, regardless of the media, is something that just I don't. It's not for me.
I mean, I enjoyed season 1 of Senran Kaguya. Season 2 was just how much nudity can you fit into what's supposed to be a show about, ninjas and stuff like that. It just was not fun.
Just like Mock and Key.
I don't know. I have a complicated relationship with fan service. On one side, it's I'm fine with it. I have never watched an anime where I've ever felt or read something where I felt like it was gratuitous. There's times where I think where I appreciate it more than others, but for the most part, it's part of the medium. Again, I think this goes back to the conversation we were having where I was saying, do you feel do we sometimes feel like Americans are trying to project and alter the medium, and is that ultimately going to be detrimental? I mean, I go back to Devil Hunter Yoko, I go back to Fist of the North Star. Fan service has just always been part of this.
I'd say, look at Dragon Ball, look at Roshi.
And
Yeah.
I'm not arguing the existence of fan service.
Yeah.
I've seen far too many that have been gratuitous to the point where it takes away from the show, in my opinion. And it definitely has its place. I'm not trying to say that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Now, Mav, I want your opinion on this. In terms of ecchi, what show do you really think set the standard for how anime did an ecchi genre? Because I feel like there's one show in particular that came out in the early 2000s that kind of set the pacing or the standard for ecchi. I want to see if you can think of what it is.
What show do I think? I mean, my knowledge of ecchi goes so far. I don't even know what kind of set the tone. Man, I don't even. I wouldn't even know, because again, I go back to Devil Hunter Yoko, and I think that was one of the earliest.
Was that 80s, 90s? What was that?
I think that was 80s when it first came out. I became aware of it in the 90s, but it's either late 80s or early 90s. And for me, I think that was definitely probably one of the earliest ecchi animes, and I think there was another, but the name escapes me right now. It was a VHS. It was Princess something, and I would say that for me, those are some of the earliest ecchis and set the tone for me.
I'd say one of my earliest etchies was Rosario Vampire, which
Okay.
that one I felt was tastefully done. The characters were fun. The story was interesting. I was disappointed when I learned that the anime did not follow the source material at all, which is why it only got 2 seasons. But that being said, Darren knows who my favorite character from that was. Mizure Shiroyuki was my favorite of the girls from Rosario. And we were actually lucky enough when I did the debut show back almost 12 years ago to have Tia Ballard, the English voice actress for Mizure, as our first guest.
Touching from the chat, Ross wants to add that Freezing does have pure romance in it as well.
I can agree to that.
And
But
and then also
but really quickly, so Mav, I was getting at, do you remember Canicon?
No, I don't.
The Canicon, the girl who cried fox.
Doesn't ring a bell, unfortunately.
Okay, so basically you got this young boy hanging out with this cute girl that basically wants him as her husband, but she's actually like a fox deity.
Okay.
Basically, that show, I've heard several others say it, that kind of set the standard for what ecchi became in the late 2000s, early 2010s.
I'll have to go back and check it out then.
What was that for, Doug?
what is going on with the background noise?
I forgot we had sound effects.
Oh, we have sound effects? Oh, that's wonderful.
So when Matt said he would go and watch it, the crowd went wild.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember how to play with the sound effects.
I'm always
my God.
always down to take suggestions. I'm always down to try new anime. I like to see what people like. I like to open my mind up to new things. Please, always suggestions are welcome over here.
I would recommend the Realist Hero. I introduced Switch to it, and he enjoyed it as well.
Okay,
it is. It's very good if you like things that are like statistically mundane.
Statistically mundane.
When it comes to like a fantasy setting, it's the whole thing about like, oh, what about like crop rotation? And I'm like, that's so valid. What about crop rotation?
What about crop rotation?
It was kind of funny when that initially aired. There was another series that people thought was very identical to it because it sounded the same.
But there was 2 completely different shows, 2 completely different ways of like saving a kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And
the other one was the Genius Princess. Genius Princess, something of getting a kingdom out of debt, or something. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Switch, I have read up to volume 10 of the light novel for Realist Hero, and it continues the world building and getting really good.
Good.
Can anyone recommend an anime that like teaches you how to do taxes like properly? Like to just teach me the mundane, like make me emotionally invested.
I can't give you an anime, but there actually is a whatchamacallit, visual novel that someone put out for taxes.
Send that my way. I want to be emotionally invested. Like
give it time. If they're gonna make an anime for somebody being reincarnated, they can make a tax one.
I'm still mad about my bowling anime.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Are you, Darren? Are you talking about the dating sim that files your taxes for you?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
okay. Hold on. I want to answer John real fast. No, I haven't, but I have now added that anime to the notepad that I have kept open since joining you guys on this show.
What?
And-
Aesthetic of Rogue Hero?
Yes.
And while we're on there, I'm gonna derail us, courtesy of Ross, first, because in celebrity news, recently, the actress Catherine O'Hara passed away.
Yeah.
And there was someone else that passed away, I think within 24 hours of her.
Yeah, I can't remember that. I can't remember who that was.
I do not remember the other one, but that was the big one.
Demond Wilson, the guy that played Lamont on Sanford and Son.
Oh wow! Yeah. What a way to start Black History Month, right, John? I know.
Yeah. We're starting with that. I got nothing. I'm also watching a hockey game in the background. So.
That's very good.
Great follow up.
I'm watching a hockey game that started where the first goal was scored 11 seconds into the game. There was a goalie fight already, which is apparently really rare.
You got to start all the way across the second field.
Yeah, if it's 11 seconds into the game, I score. Yeah, I can see how that could get the goalies into a swinging match.
And
If she's talking about the game that I saw a post on earlier, I don't know if that's a live game right now or if that's a replay from
the Bruins
earlier.
game.
A Bruins game. I saw a score for a game where they were down 1-0 with 11 seconds into the game.
Yeah. And Bruins are now up 5-4 with just under 2 to go in the second.
Okay.
Regarding Catherine O'Hara, known for Home Alone and everything, as my friend pointed out to me, she was also the voice of Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
So
she was Sally. She was also in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, of course, Beetlejuice.
For something a little newer, Schitt's Creek, which I've heard is fantastic.
Never seen it, but also heard the same thing.
It's always sad to hear of the celebrities passing, and the one that I feel is I know is probably gonna affect me and my wife the most is Barry Bostwick when his time comes, because he's in our wedding photo.
Wow,
that's crazy.
We got married at a Comic-Con in Massachusetts, and he was a guest at the convention. So when we went up for the family photo, he left his table in the middle of an autograph session, and he walks by me going, "I'm getting in this bitch, and you can't say nothing about it." So he is forever etched in my family photo of our wedding day.
That's awesome.
And I got to grill him in person on it.
That's I'm waiting for the celebrity that actually affects me. I don't really look at celebrities that way, but I'm sure there will be. I think the one that probably came closest was Robin Williams for me.
I was gonna say Robin Williams was
Robin Williams. Yeah.
And another fun fact, Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees sang at our reception, because our reception was the after party of the convention, and Mickey Dolenz sang 3 songs.
Nice.
That's why you get married at a convention, folks. You could have celebrities just photobomb you and talk about you on the news, because if you look up Fox 25 Boston News Pokemon Wedding, you will find us.
Okay. I'm going to look that up. Let's see.
Yeah, I can't top that.
And I remember there was a show that I think I had to leave, and Angela had brought up that there was an event going on at the Shriners Auditorium in Wilmington, and that's the location that we got married. And to our knowledge, there's a plaque there showcasing us as the only wedding ever in that building.
It really does come up. Holy crap. It is like Pokemon Wedding Boston. That is the first thing that came up.
My engagement pictures are from an anime convention because my husband proposed when at AAC while we were both in our Final Fantasy cosplays. But
Nice, living the dream.
Which that's a special moment too. Don't take anything away from that.
no,
We were just talking like celebrity deaths, and that's why I brought up.
yep, nope.
Well, I
And
mean, you got to pull up. You got to pull up out of the spiral, man. It's like you got to figure out how to get out of death, and why not go to wedding? You know.
Yeah, you know, the new lives and happiness. And when we a couple years ago, when I got to meet Darren in person for the first time because of going to Georgia for training for my current job, coming back, it was GalaxyCon Raleigh, so Darren was gracious enough to bring me out there. Barry was one of the guests, so I was able to reconnect with him there. Darren got to chat with him as well, and he asked the all-important question, are you guys still together? And I was like, yeah, things are still going good. He goes, see, you just needed me there. Very humble man.
I mean, there must be a lot of pressure if your wedding makes the pressure to make it work, right? Like you're like, look, we're Googleable. Like we're able to be Google. Like we gotta make this work. We're going to couples counseling. We got to figure this out.
What scares me the most about that is there was times that I forgot that we were mic'd up. So I can only imagine what they heard in the edit room of conversations my wife and I were having. Because piece of advice, if you are going to get married at a convention and you're marrying somebody who's an artist, don't also have a table at that convention.
Oh my god!
Why not? You can just guilt trip people into
Zero
buying stuff.
time.
Like
Hey,
like everything that you buy is going into our honeymoon fund. We're getting married at the convention.
We got married
spend
on the
extra
cosplay
money.
stage.
Yeah, no, like you exploit that, man. You take advantage of
and
that.
you better show up.
And it was really a lot of fun. But I like I said, when you have a microphone on and you forget it's there, and you forget they're recording everything, good God, they probably had 80% of what we said was not usable for live TV.
Yeah.
And Angela knows me and my wife pretty well. She has ideas of what may have been talked about during something like that.
I would not be surprised if there was just inappropriate commentary, period.
And as someone who has like worked on commercials and having to mic people up, we listen to everything and we judge. We judge so hard. We're just like,
oh, I'm sure.
Terrible performance.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I mean, you said that I brought up some good topics last week. Is there anything you would like to revisit?
I'm trying to remember them all. The problem is, like, I usually listen to podcasts because I have like a 40-minute commute to and from work. So I'll put something on my phone, play it over the car radio, and just listen. And I listened to it on Monday and Wednesday, and since then, about an hour plus of a Trash Taste podcast. I'm trying to remember everything that you guys had talked about.
Okay.
And I work for a railroad, and usually I had a stretch this week where I got 5 hours of sleep in 38 hours. So trying to remember things. What was some of the stuff that you had talked about last week?
I mean, knowing you working like in a railroad, do you feel like there isn't enough train animes? Do we need more train? Do you feel like there's an underrepresentation of animes about trains?
I really feel like there's been more fixation on trains in the Americas than has been in other countries who have access to better trains,
right? You would think that there would be like more.
The Americas are like, could you imagine if our trains were good?
The amount of train content there is on YouTube these days.
There's going to be a breakout train anime, I promise you. In the next
there already was a really good railroad-related anime called Rail Wars that came out years ago. That I watched it when it was like I first heard about it, so I checked it out, and it was really, really good. And growing up in a house where my father was a railroad fanatic, and so I grew up around trains and getting to see how they animated like some of the older Japanese style steam trains and things like that. Because let's be honest, Japan loves their railroads as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Down to and including there's the Pokemon train.
Exactly. Like, yeah.
And most anime studios really take a lot of time and effort. If they're doing something based on a specific location, they want to get every detail right. So even though there aren't many train focused, they had Rail Romanesque, which I was not impressed with. Rail Wars, which was fantastic. I enjoyed the train aspect so much the first time I watched it. I forgot how much ecchi there actually is in that show till I watched it.
It's all about those trains, man. You're just all about those trains.
But I can think back to many different shows that even though they're not train related, even Fully Cooley, you have trains going by in the background. Please Twins and Please Teacher had railroad. Right up to Demon Slayer, where the guy didn't just like trains; he was the train.
I mean, even in some of the more slice of life shows, they show things that happen on the train.
Yeah, the quiet moments.
It is a thing, or just someone's part of their routine is. I leave my house, I get on a train, I go to school or work or.
You know what? I feel like I have to take back my statement now because I'm thinking about how many ecchi animes have just trains are heavily involved. So I feel like I gotta withdraw that statement because they actually do animate and talk a lot about trains. It's just like that.
And train news, because I know you have an interest in the railroads as well. I just saw earlier tonight that in celebration of the U.S. 250th anniversary, Union Pacific is planning to run their big boy steam locomotive coast to coast, west coast to east coast. I don't know what route. I've seen a lot of people on the thread talk about certain locations, including like Horseshoe Curve in Pennsylvania. So I told my wife, I said, if they do go Horseshoe Curve, I may have to take time off of work to go and see my favorite steam locomotive in person under power.
Is this just a train podcast now? Like, is this
Yeah,
what we're doing? Like, that's fine. I'm happy with it. Like, I can talk a lot about the New York subway system. Like, it's
welcome to Trade with Hinton Anime podcast.
But see, if you're going to talk about the New York Metro, I'm going to argue with you and say how much the MBTA is better.
And I'm just going to say I see way too much NJT when I go to New Jersey on the train.
I am going to respectfully disagree because you cannot compete with like the New York rush hour subway, just the variety show. You've got break dancers, you've got circus acts. You really can't it's our train system it's special. It's special, like,
and down here, all that's Greek to me.
I was gonna say down there, public transit doesn't exist.
Yeah, you're missing out, man. You're missing out.
You're really not.
Say the bus is the closest thing to public transit we have around here, and even that's fairly new, at least to my specific town.
Wild.
Like in the New York City subway, you could just be like going to see your friend and see a woman crying in a wedding dress eating a sandwich, and you want to ask, but you're just gonna let that story play out. You don't know,
I'd say probably the biggest, well, when it comes to animation, view into the whole transit system for New York was the first Madagascar, when they were getting crammed into the subway system, and just some of the stuff they saw while that was kind of funny.
Yeah. So
I know that was a bad comparison, but seriously, like I said, it's all Greek to me.
Ross says Sign of Affection also had a train.
Yup,
Mm,
I remember that.
I feel like it's such a part of everyday life in like Japanese culture that it's like, oh, everyone uses the subway.
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be at least one scene that's animated if it's something that's like slice of life, or I mean, even if it's not slice of life, like freaking Dan had an entire fight scene on top of a train.
Mhm.
Like it's just the subway's the subway,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it's always gonna be there.
Yeah,
So
I think I definitely needed to like withdraw my statement. I feel like we've now established that trains are an integral part of anime.
You know what? Even even one of the more futuristic anime I watched, there was a train system.
Which one is that?
Demon Lord 2099.
Okay.
It was not an integral part of the show by any means, but it was just kind of
but
there.
it was there.
And go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say like Full Metal Alchemist. That's one of my favorites, and that a lot of things happen on trains, a lot of conversations, a lot of moments. As we're transitioning from one chapter to another, take place on trains.
And you know what? Now that you say that, in Spy Family, it was cars and buses, no trains.
Didn't they have trolleys as well too, though?
They did have some trolleys. So
Just like it's a land train,
not
right? That's like a mini train.
there wasn't many scenes with trolleys, but there was a few, and
Hold on.
trolleys do classify as
I
railroads.
know what I said.
Hold on. I have to call back on something. Land train? Is there a sea and or sky train?
Like a low speed train is what I meant. You don't know about ocean train?
All right.
Ocean train.
They actually have a thing out in like the Midwest called road trains, which is tractor trailers that are hauling like 4 or 5 trailers behind them. I have a friend who has seen them in person and having CB radios has heard them call themselves road trains.
See, there you go. See,
Crazy.
I knew what I was talking about. There's road trains, land trains.
Not to be confused with the air trains and the sub.
Apparently,
dirt
Ross
train.
is saying something to you about favorite anime train.
Tawawa on Monday. Train.
Yes, I do like Tawawa on Monday.
Favorite anime train? That is a good question.
Favorite anime train.
I can tell you one of
anime transportation.
I can tell you one of my favorite train scenes. Train action scenes, and that's actually fairly old. Well, and by fairly old, I mean for me. Who remembers the famous Yugi versus Weevil on top of a train?
Let's go. Dude, great arc. Look at the Ouroboros arc. That shit, that was crazy.
The Ouroboros
that actually does make me ask this question. What is your favorite anime trope?
I was about to say, Angela can tell you her least.
I was gonna say me and tropes. That's a thing. I dislike a lot of them.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite?
That requires thought.
Okay, hear me up.
I
look up a list.
I have one, like, I'm not sure if it's considered a trope or not, but it's something I've seen in a ton of animes that I actually witnessed in person from somebody running out of from a Chinese restaurant, like they were an employee, and that's running out the door with a piece of bread hanging out of your mouth. I have actually witnessed that in person with an Asian woman running out of a Asian restaurant with a piece of bread hanging out of her mouth as she ran to her car.
Did that give you pause where you're just like, it's real, it happens?
My wife and I looked at each other. My wife and I looked at each other and said, "That shit really happens." Oh my god!
Oh my god!
All right, what about you, Switch? What's your favorite trope?
Oh, okay. So this one has a good point, and I absolutely agree with it because of how quintessential it is to a lot of anime. Shouting attack names, like when you're doing it, I love it conceptually because there's absolutely no reason. Like all fights could be silent, but that's what makes anime is the over the top, unnecessary screaming of attacks.
All right, JoJo.
not just JoJo, My Hero did it too.
Yep.
I mean, it goes
I was
back.
gonna say,
I mean,
Logon does
Dragon-
it. Like
Fist
Dragon
Fist of the
Ball
North
Z,
Star. We can
Dragon
go
Ball
back.
does
Like,
it.
That's going to happen at onkey now. Is we're just going to walk by each other and just shout random like attacks, big bomb or something.
yes.
Kamehameha.
Darren, what's yours? What's your favorite trope?
I can tell you my least favorite trope in this regard. How the childhood friend almost never wins. That drives me crazy.
Oh, I feel like you have a soft spot for like Bakugo. Like, why couldn't he take the win? Why is Deku better?
I can't stand my hero. So
Or do
Nah,
you mean the relationship, like childhood friendship, like that one never gets picked in like the end of the series?
in romance, I love my romance anime, but 9 times out of 10, the childhood friend is never the one picked, and many times I find them to be better than the main character.
We are watching two very different like animes then, because a lot of the ones I watch, it's usually the childhood friend.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, knowing that you're a man of culture and have watched many shows, Mav, a couple of shows that I enjoyed that I'm curious if you've seen.
Oh, before I answer that question, I just wanted to say my favorite anime trope, the one that always cracks me up, is the student council essentially being its own government. That is my favorite trope in all anime, where there's just no teachers around, no adults, no counselors. People are getting sentenced to death. People are being strung up in the cafeteria, and it's just like, this is school. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that trope.
About to say, speaking of which, sorry, you just mentioned, even though this isn't student council, this is a student organization that had way too much power.
Yeah, same thing.
Did you watch Bakken Test?
I did.
About to say the FFF.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No.
That in and of itself, the concept of oh your grades are bad, that's crazy. Poor.
Yeah, like Kakagiri, like that is just, oh no, you're in debt to us for like 10 generations now. Your grandkids work for us. Like,
I mean, Windbreak, kind of half the premise of Windbreaker falls into that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the student council being over the top, that yes.
I love it.
I love it. I love it.
I love it, especially like having gone through high school. I always find it fascinating that nobody, like, just the idea that like you're a new kid at this school and these random group of people are like, we need you to come in because your grades are bad. Like, are you a teacher? No. Just, why would I ever show up to this meeting? Like, why would I? You have no authority over it. I love it.
Speaking of schools that get absolutely taken over for no real reason, freaking Kakegurui, the gambling anime.
Yeah, I love it. I love that.
Cool and etchy. Kakegurui, it makes no goddamn sense.
And that's what makes that story beautiful. That's what makes that story absolutely beautiful to me.
It's like, who are you guys? It's like, oh, we're just students who go here. I'm removing your fingernails if I win, by the way.
Also, we wasted like a massive amount of the school budget on a tower for one game that we rarely play. Like, it's beautiful. I like it.
Another off-the-wall school anime that just came to mind, Seton Academy. Anybody watch that other than me?
Me.
It sounds familiar.
It's like a school of like anthropomorphic creatures, and like 2 humans go there. A guy, like a boy, and his childhood friend, female, and they end up going to this school, and he ends up becoming friends with this highly hyper wolf girl who like kind of won't leave him alone, and then the story just kind of progresses from there, and it's like a bunch of misfits. And the show was entertaining, and it had a very, even though the song, after a while kind of got annoying, it was still a very catchy song.
You said Seton Academy. I'm adding that to the list. I don't think I've watched that. It sounds familiar, but
And I did see recently that it got added to Crunchyroll.
Okay.
I think it's a sub only. I don't think that one got dubbed.
Seton Academy. You said Seton Academy?
Yep.
Got it.
SVATON, I think.
Academy, leader of the pack, or something like that.
It's, quote,
Cool.
join the pack. I'd look
Join-
Yeah, about to say, wait, if you find it, there should be a pink-haired wolf girl in the.
Like front and center.
I
Yeah.
found it.
Yep.
Okay. Adding that to the list. But you had a question, Doug? Like
Yeah, I was gonna say there's. I am known for watching the shows that are very off the rails, like not mainstream. A lot of times it's just niche anime fan groups for these shows. I was curious if you had seen or heard of any of them, and we'll start with New Game, which was one of my favorites.
No, I'm not familiar with New Game.
New Game is a story about a girl fresh out of high school that gets to go to work for a video game company that she's a fan of as an artist. And you get to follow her career as she learns that she is going to be working under the art director that she has admired since the first version of a game came out called Fairy Stories. She learns that she's going to be working on Fairy Stories 3. And there's 2 seasons of that. And from doing this show for as long as I have and talking with the amount of voice actors that we have over the years, it was interesting to see how one of the voice actors who continued reading the source material after the anime stopped made a specific art piece based off of her character and another character from the show. So if you like video games and you're curious about how, like, some of the going on behind how video games are made, it's a fantastic show and the person who wrote it based the show off of their personal experience.
Okay. Actually, no, now that you mention it, like, it does sound familiar. Never watched it, but it does sound familiar as one of those animes that I might have read an article about, at least.
That one I really enjoyed. And if you like music-based anime, Show by Rock, there's like Show by Rock seasons 1 and 2. There's Show by Rock shorts, and then there's Show by Rock Mashu My Resh and Show by Rock Stars. So there's like 4 or 5 different iterations. Love all of them. I say that's definitely something worth checking out. Good storyline. The music is fantastic, and it's not it's not Love Live, which is all idols. They cover. They have rock music. They have idol music. They have a Japanese satire band with the old pick and
Yeah.
Like they cover a wide variety of music.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, that sounds cool, man. I'll check it out.
to jump off of Doug there for music-based anime, Bocchi the Rock. Have we
that was
seen
fantastic.
Bocchi? I adore Bocchi the Rock.
Wait, is that one of the ones you guys told me that there was a character that you guys thought?
That was Tomo.
That was Tomo.
Ah,
That was Tomo-chan as a girl.
See, and this is actually what I love about anime is that there's so much of it that there's no way for you to watch all of it unless you locked yourself in a basement. So like all of just like the idea that like all of you guys have like music anime that you are like really passionate about is one of my like favorite things about just the medium as a whole.
kind of going back to tropes because
Ross just popped up with one.
his favorite anime trope is the taking care of sick or school nurse's office at school when sick for romance.
Okay, is romance in like air quotes? What are we talking
Ross absolutely loves romance anime.
Oh, okay. We're talking like actual romance. Okay,
We're talking about actual love story.
Okay, because
No, That's,
I know we were talking ecchi earlier, but this is different.
Okay, just clarifying because
This isn't your lucky pervert situation. Well, it could be, but no.
No, this is legit.
That depends. Is it To Love Ru?
I'm pretty sure this nurse isn't credentialed. This is probably.
I think you're thinking Shin Mai Mount Testament on that one, Doug.
God.
Well, it happened in both.
I know. Well,
Okay.
it happened in.
Happens in multiple, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
My first immediate instinct is just Persona 5 I was like,
speaking of what we were talking about earlier, Angela, hello to a simple cheese platter.
oh,
Oh, hello.
Wow.
Hey,
Hello.
Good to see you. It's been a while.
you
Yes,
missed
I
train hour.
Did she heard us talking about her?
And she
It was
missed it. She
definitely-
missed the part where we were talking about having her come back on for a special.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is this the person you said
This
like
is the
we
person
we
would
we're
have?
talking about. Okay.
Oh, I'm looking
Yes.
forward to having a conversation. Like, yes, I'm here for it.
Yes. All right. You know what we might need to do? I know I'm sure there's a panel schedule for Onkey, but an after dark panel where we just
An AZR After Dark panel. We
18 plus
Yep.
Yes.
I can talk
Actual-
hentai again?
18 plus. Yes, Darren, we can have an entire conversation about hentai.
You know, one was it? One I went to Otakon like not last year. I think it was last year, and they had a panel of like I forget what it was called, but it was basically deciding between two creatures, two people, or no, two monsters. And it was essentially smash or pass, and you had to argue why you would or wouldn't. That was a fun panel. And I got to go up, and I think it was like Venom against a werewolf, which was just that's an easy one, people. Like that's not even like a choice of which one you should go for between like Venom, a symbiote, and a werewolf. So 18.
I mean, we have to do it. We have to get Mav on for our next Smash, Trash, or Cuddle.
Yes, and
Uh-huh.
Peace Platter
Trash,
says,
um,
I left Baldur's Gate 3 for you guys. Much love.
And you didn't even make it for when we were talking about trains.
I know.
Uh,
Diabolical.
uh,
Yeah. Tragic.
Ross, this is for Doug. This is for you from Ross. Speaking of
Yeah.
boxing tasks, I'm getting rid of my season 2 DVD. I'm about to get older. Haven't watched it in 15 years, and I always forgot season 1.
So you don't let it go. That's why would you
So
let
you
it go?
buy season 1.
Yeah, you just hold on to it. We don't quit. Like you
And that
buy
is-
season 1.
And John Knight's chiming in with various Grammy awards.
And I appreciate the updates,
Right.
John. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll won a Grammy.
Bad Bunny won a Grammy, and
I
Steven
know.
Spielberg now has an EGOT.
I was gonna say, like, I appreciated the Steven Spielberg update earlier. I just didn't know where to interject it in the conversation.
Neither did I, which is why I haven't. Because normally I just read them, but I don't, because there's usually a spot where I can interrupt. But you guys are
And
just
Angela is very good about like she monitors the chat really well, and she'll just start asking questions from the chat, even if they shouldn't be asked, which led to one of our like most
Yep.
epic moments in AZR history. We had voice actor Sean Chiplock on
Wow.
from multiple animes and Genshin Impact, and this was around the time that there was all the controversy in the news about why voice actors don't have, you know, what I like to call Elvis money. You know, after you
Yeah.
die, you're still
Yeah.
making millions.
Yeah.
the Bayonetta thing had just come out as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And somebody in the chat had asked a question regarding that, and so Angela, without thinking, just started reading the question off.
And I believe you guys even noticed my facial expression as soon as my brain kicked in. And
Ooh.
I just kind of rolled with it and figured it would be figured that he would either just say sorry, not answering that, or give a generic non-answer. That would be the end of it. But no, he went into like extreme.
It was about a 30 to 45-minute explanation of the voice acting industry based off of where you live, what bills are like, based on, you know, how much you could potentially earn if you're union versus non-union. Like he broke it down. So if it's something that you're interested in, go back, check. It is on our YouTube channel. You can find the Sean Chiplock review. It is worth it.
It's also on
absolutely
Spotify
amazing.
if you want just the audio.
And Ross is taking credit for it.
Yep.
He said he got overwhelmed from the explanation. So that shows you how in depth it was.
And yeah, I suppose me running my mouth shouldn't surprise anybody. I mean, I am from Boston.
Going back to romance for just 1 second, there was an anime I had to basically phone a friend, but it that I got put on to that was really nice. With You, Our Love Will Make It Through. If nobody is watching that, that's definitely worth checking out. Nice romance.
I think that's one that my wife was watching.
Hold on.
That sounds like a Darren title.
Sounds like a Darren title.
Well, whilst we got the hold on, I cannot. Well, I'm normally a big fan of just watching.
Oh
things.
no, that was a Ross title that I said hell no to. That was the anthropomorphic girl and wolf guy.
My wife loves that one.
It's good, man. Give it a try.
My wife actually started getting the manga for it as well.
I think the last one I watched like that was Engaged to the Unidentified.
Okay.
And Ross says, yes, it's got wolf children vibes.
Oh, is that okay? Wolf Children, writing that one down. Okay, so we've got
that was
in the academy.
I think it's a movie.
It's a movie, yeah.
It's a movie.
Oh, and see, this is one of those things that I absolutely love. Is I love when we get into these serious debates, but not so serious that anyone's offended or upset. It's the whole,
and I'll always say,
I recommend this because it's awesome.
And I have said for years, and I will continue to say that we've got some of the best and most informed listeners, because whenever we're confused on things, and it happens to me all the time, I can look to the chat and somebody in the chat can answer whatever question, even if it's like a vague, oh, what was this show that ... happened? And I'll get 3 people being like, oh, you mean this one? So really appreciate everybody who tunes in, whether it's your first time, whether you've been here since we started back in 2014.
Seriously, I mean, I've only been on twice, but this is actually really awesome, guys. Like, it's really nice to sit here and just talk and chop it up and to be asked questions not only on anime, but to just be able to ask questions and have like a nice conversation and debate. So you guys are doing something really cool here, man.
To play off of, I didn't mean to cut in. Okay, sorry. I just read Ross's comment. I was like, "What on earth?" Because the word confused me.
He's recommending a romance anime called Bibliophile Princess.
Yeah.
Bibliophile Princess.
The term bibliophile confused the daylights out of me. I was like,
I'm not gonna lie. I looked at it quick and thought it said something completely different as well.
Yeah, that's
as the resident book nerd, that very much is a real word.
Yes. As a book nerd, did you ever have you seen the anime Read or Die, and did you like it?
Anime Read or Die?
Yeah, the anime. Oh, you've never? Oh my God, look it up. Read or Die is amazing. It's it's an OVA. It's an amazing little OVA.
I actually there are. Last year I watched the anime adaptation of Anne Shirley, which the books were like one of my favorites a set of my favorites growing up, and that was actually a really well done adaptation in my opinion.
Very cool.
But I always like watching adaptations into different media.
That's fair.
Okay, I have another one then. What is an American property that you feel deserves like a very well done anime that hasn't gotten it, that just like makes sense in your brain and you're just like shocked?
I think this was one of the questions that you asked last week too.
Yeah.
And I was thinking,
and because I mean, we could start into. I'd love to see what Japan would do. Kind of going with these on. I'd love to see something on the vein of Star Wars Visions, but with Marvel.
It is shocking.
For that matter.
It is so shocking that there's not like a Spider-Man anime. Like it's so easy. I do not understand it. You have all the building blocks, and the fact that they have not.
I wonder if that's a licensing bit.
I had, when you had asked it, two came to mind when I was listening in the car, and I was like, Dukes of Hazzard and MacGyver.
That would be so
Wait, did
fun.
somebody suggest Scrubs? Like Scrubs?
Oh
like
Somebody said Scrubs.
Yes.
Knight Rider was brought up. A-Team was brought up. I was like, MacGyver was fantastic.
Yo, MacGyver is an anime. Like that it's so genius.
We give it like the Death Note level of like MacGyver putting something together, but it's the over the top like Light Yagami level like nonsense.
The beautiful thing about okay, so it was Rosso who said Scrubs and Saved by the Bell. I was saying like the beautiful thing about like MacGyver is you could go Death Note or you could go like Case Closed. It could be either direction and it would work. It would work wonderfully.
Mission Impossible would be another good one.
That's fun too.
Yeah.
Like not the Tom Cruise movies. I'm talking like the old TV, the old TV show.
And this is showing my age, kind of, but Get Smart.
Yeah.
That is a very old, like, spy TV show from the 60s. But it was fantastic.
We said, like, X-Files.
Yep.
I think...
Did anyone say the Three Stooges? I don't remember.
Again, like Three Stooges. You could do a Three Stooges anime and it would work.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You could do Golden Girls. See, that's the beauty of the medium. Like, we could have a Golden Girls anime.
A Cheers anime.
I feel like... Honestly, I feel like the bartender anime kind of touched on Cheers.
Yeah. Bartender was good. Bartender was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I went in with low expectations, but I think Angela and I both said that it was, if not our favorite, one of our top two favorites.
Because I went into that with high expectations. And was rewarded, but I feel like that kind of does touch on the Cheers bit because just because it was he walked in and everybody knew who he was.
Okay,
yeah,
I have the perfect one. It's got to be Fast and the Furious, guys.
Yes,
hear me out. Like it's the perfect shonen like anime that we can just.
There's already like 13 seasons.
Exactly.
Okay. Hot take. Okay. I absolutely love the franchise. Tokyo Drift is the one I can't stand.
You know, Fast and the Furious, I'm with you because it's when you go back and you watch it, Fast and Furious is such a fascinating franchise because it started off like grounded, obviously a remake of what was it? Crap. The Keanu Reeves movie with Patrick Swayze.
You lost me. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Because I thought you were going to go with Speed, but...
No. It's essentially... the first Fast and the Furious is essentially a remake of...
Not Gone in 60 Seconds.
No. It's Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze. What the hell was the name of that movie?
Not Bill and Ted.
No, not Bill. Another perfect anime. Anime.
Oh, dude, Red and Green, the best anime.
Oh God, the Red Green show.
The Red Green show.
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Home Improvements.
Oh, good God. Yeah, could you imagine a Tim Allen anime? Good God.
Point Break. That's the name of the movie. It was the first Fast and the Furious is essentially a remake of Point Break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then from there, it just becomes a superhero genre. Once they lean into the full ridiculousness of it, it's perfect.
But Tokyo Drift was just not.
That was their experimental phase. You gotta let it happen. They didn't understand what they were doing just yet.
Yeah, and now we're 13 movies in.
Exactly.
Wait, I thought it was no. It's 11.
I don't know. I haven't seen them. I'm making.
You gotta count Hobbs and Shaw. You gotta count Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay, all right. If we're counting Hobbs and Shaw, that's I think that makes the one that's coming out number 12. Wait, did Hobbs and Shaw get one or two movies?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like they got one movie, but my brain, I think there might have been two.
Because Fast 11 has a release date of 2028.
I think there was only one Hobbs and Shaw, but I could be wrong.
And one. Oh, go ahead.
Oh God.
I was going to say the Gone in 60 Seconds movie. I know that they had one that came out around the time that Fast and Furious happened, but there was an original to that back in the 1970s, which my parents had bought me the VHS tape of, knowing that I was into NASCAR and crashes and stuff like that. The acting was horrible, but there's like a 90-something minute police chase where I think it was like a 60-minute police chase where over 90 cars were destroyed. And we're talking about some of like Superchargers and Ford Mustangs of the 1970s.
Wow.
So like some really nice looking cars are just getting completely destroyed.
Wow.
And I would say that the original is worth a watch if you enjoyed the remake, which a lot of people didn't realize that it was a remake that was done in, I want to say, late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
Gone in 60. Yeah, that would have been early 2000s because that was when I was in college.
So that was a remake of one from the 70s. And I personally like the original better than the remake.
Okay.
Even though I think with the remake, was that the one with Nick Nolte where they were doing the song? It was just like, now we roll. Or was that an early...
If we're talking about Gone in 60 Seconds, I believe that was Angelina Jolie.
Yes, and Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Okay, yeah, so it was the Nick Cage one, not Nick Nolte. Where they were...
Although I think Nick Nolte might have been in that movie.
I don't know.
It's been a long time, and I don't watch much movies. The most recent movie that I saw was Minecraft with my daughter in the theater. So
apparently, Bill and Ted had a cartoon in the 90s.
Most old movies and shows had like a one-season Hanna-Barbera cartoon for some reason.
But no, there's so many. It's so interesting to see to watch one media get like for example, it's so interesting to see what Japan does with American media.
Yeah.
Like there have been animes featuring like American superhero characters. They're just
had one with Harley Quinn.
They're just few and far between. Usually, I think because of like rights and purchasing rights and nonsense.
Licensing issues and
I know Marvel has been trying to crack into the anime market for the longest time. They just don't seem to be able to do it. They always always greenlight the odd projects.
Marvel can't do it, but Giga could.
I wonder how much of that is Marvel doesn't want to give up the control.
Considering the projects that they've greenlit, I think it's more like they always go for the most common denominator anime instead of just like doing a reinterpretation of their own stories. Like the Avengers anime they did was essentially like a Beyblade, like Yu-Gi-Oh type ripoff, instead of just doing like
and I could see that going. I could see that. Haven't seen it. I could see it. I could see the potential, but I could also see it being like just bad.
Yeah. Well, it feels like they don't trust the audience there. Like the reason why the characters become popular, are for particular reasons. So why interpret it that way? It kind of takes away from the stories that people get attached to from the beginning anyway.
And that kind of just circles back to the bigger conversation of are Americans just that egocentric that they can't see through the lens of another culture?
I'm gonna take yes for 300. Like,
and I will throw a shameless plug out. I do have a I've been getting distracted by screams in my ear because I forgot that I had Kumi on. She's live streaming on her Twitch channel and playing Minecraft. So I was like, I heard a scream, so I went over. I was like, let me just. What the hell's going on there?
Packing. She's not here. We can't talk about her packing.
I can. You can't. I'll talk about her all day. Like,
no.
I heard the back and forth last week, which I thought was kind of comical, but
she knows what this is. She understands the beef that we have.
Oh God.
But
nope.
I was just giving her channel a quick shout out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Kobe all day.
Yeah,
I know I'm not the only one who has put up Twitch in the background. A certain VTuber that joins us every week usually has other friends up in the background.
Don't you out Kaya and their, what was it, 86 hours a week or something watching Twitch streams?
What? Damn.
And 366 days in the year I watch Twitch.
Damn.
Yeah, no.
But
I don't even know how that's possible.
That just goes to show how much we support the VTuber world, and you
know what? Going back to what genres need to put out more better anime, we need more better like quality sports anime.
I was gonna say better
it's
sports.
It's been a while. Like
although
the most recent like sports anime that kind of blew up was Blue Lock, and I watched through all of it, but it's okay.
I didn't. I meant to, especially after I saw like that Japan used that for their World Cup jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
But
one sports anime that I enjoyed, and this came out the same time that MF Ghost came out, and I know MF Ghost has continued. This anime kind of got swept under the rug. It's called Overtake. It's about Formula 4 racing. But the story behind it, like the storyline that they pursue, doesn't just focus on the racing aspect of, Formula 4 is a gateway division to get up to the ultimate pinnacle of Formula racing F1. So these are of low budget teams that try to, struggle. And, how does a team that's struggling to even find a sponsor every week go up against a team that's, well-funded and, things of that nature. So there's some interesting aspects that it goes into, but then there's a deeper story behind it that I wasn't expecting that made me fall in love with this show. But nobody, I don't think anybody really knows it exists.
I mean, we also touched on the fact that the bowling anime was a disappointment.
Oh, that was atrocious.
And then, like,
you wanted to feel something and you felt nothing.
I mean, Eric
has asked for years for a bowling anime, and they turned it into a freaking isekai.
And then,
wow,
I remember.
Oh my god, that would hurt.
Turkey.
And then it's like I'm sitting here, I've got a hockey game going on in the background. I'd love to see a good hockey or baseball or basketball anime, or even
Keijo.
I have one. I mean, there's basketball specifically.
Not Keijo.
No.
Keijo is brilliant.
I'm here.
The clips I had. I've only seen clips, and
the only sports anime I'm begging for is I want a curling. I want a curling anime. I want
Show by Rock.
Something. Like
there's curling in Show by Rock, Mashima Resh. I think it's in Show by Rock.
I love that he had an answer for that. I love that. He's like, I got you, man.
You know what? Curling, I will agree with. Like, curling is fun.
They did it. They did an anime based off of comedy, which I didn't know was a real thing.
What is that?
Yeah, I was like, what is that? Thank you.
I forget the name of the anime, but comedy is some form of sport, and I don't fully know about it.
I think I believe you are pronouncing it wrong.
I might be. That's how they pronounced it in the English version of another show that was where I first heard of it, and then I looked it up and found out it's actually a real sport. And also in the
And
chat,
Ross,
Joe got ruined by Poland because Poland tried to make the sport real.
and Ross, a few years ago, there was a cheerleading anime called Anime-Yell.
I actually want to circle back now that we're like, because this both saw is a sport anime and an American property. We can knock out two birds with one stone. We can get a cool runnings anime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. I'd watch that.
I'd watch it. I'd watch it. I'd watch it.
I watch it.
Oh God, who's beeping?
And
I don't know,
and I laugh
The
about
beeping,
but it's not.
the beeping's probably my smoke detector because I need a new one.
Okay.
I laugh at that because a little bit of history I know of, like the U.S. bobsled team.
Mhm.
Their bobsleds are made by Jeff Bodine, a former NASCAR driver.
Oh, wow.
That's fun.
So if you watch the Winter Olympics and you hear him talk about the Bodine bobsled, Jeff Bodine was a NASCAR driver in the 80s and 90s. He was almost killed at Daytona in a massive truck crash. If you look up Jeff, and it's Geoff for his first name. So different spelling of Jeff for his name.
Apparently, Baby Steps is a good tennis anime while we're on sports,
Yeah.
says Ross.
And
Birdie Wing is a good golf
I just
anime.
realized how dramatic.
Well,
Like-
I heard there's a lot more to Birdie Wing than just golf.
Yeah, I've heard
Oh,
that.
yeah. It's golf plus
What's the plus? Like, is it?
lesbians.
Oh, I'm into it. Let's
No,
go.
beyond that,
Let's go.
Beyond-
Let's go lesbians.
As Giga would say.
no, it's the underground stuff regarding.
Oh
it.
yeah, and then the like playing
Like Maid
golf
Wars.
or death.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Like
I keep them
very quickly
made boards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I was thinking about like a racing anime, and I realized like if there was a NASCAR anime,
Oh,
the
that would go hard.
the episode with like a methane fire, the invisible fire would go so hard. It'd be so
Well,
dramatic.
Well, NASCAR wouldn't have a methane. That would be
Oh, is it?
IndyCar.
It's Indy. It's
IndyCar does.
But I feel
IndyCar
like-
would have the invisible flames. I
Oh my
watched.
god, that episode would be so
They're all
dramatic,
racing.
man.
I know
Like,
this.
I feel like that goes back to Fast and the Furious, though.
it does. It all comes
Oh.
back to Fast and the Furious. It's like Kevin Bacon, man. Like,
Darren from Ross, what was that terrible badminton anime?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I don't remember. Hold on.
God, I was gonna say, wasn't
But
there a
then they had an anime that has been. I've heard so many people talk about how good it is. I've never seen it, but Ping Pong the anime, I guess, is supposed to be fantastic.
Yeah, Ping Pong the animation. It's
Um,
really stylized, and some people don't like that, but like the story itself is really good.
I need a the bear anime. I need all of the tense yelling from the bear. I just need that
Oh
in there.
God!
I need that. I need that stress in my. I need that like in my veins.
Oh my God.
My mind
Mav,
went.
wouldn't that just
Kuma Bear.
Mav, wouldn't that just be Food Wars?
Yeah, but maybe. I
Oh,
think so.
Food Wars,
Maybe.
yeah.
Alright.
Not because you
Alright.
know what? There's not as much emotional damage.
See,
Like, I need the
don't get me
emotional
wrong.
damage of the bear.
Don't
I
get
wish
me
I
wrong.
had that sound bite. Emotional, damn it.
Damn.
Don't get me wrong. We're working our way through the bear. I absolutely love it. It is unhinged.
Yes, it is.
And
You know-
yes, God.
You know what's greater? Is like me and my family, we relate way too much to Carby's family. So like we have like a running joke right now during the holidays of the Seven Fishes episode. Like before we go into the house now, we stand outside and say the prayer.
No, my husband and I have gone on at great lengths about how much truth
So
there
much.
is, and oh God, just Carmi as an anime character, yeah.
It would be beautiful, man. It would
Yes,
like top
yes,
10
it
anime
would.
character of all time.
I have two more when it comes to shows that could also very much be anime. Great British Bake Off
Mhm.
Fuck
would be
yes.
incredibly funny.
Fuck.
like give me Food Wars style Great British Bake Off.
But you'd have to have
absolutely.
Prue and Paul and Noel done
Yep.
correctly.
Yep.
Like, I'd almost want them to voice themselves.
That's number one. Number two, for romance, give me The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
You know, I feel
I
like
don't hate the idea of like a
but
reality
that's like-
show anime.
Yeah,
here's the
like
thing.
it was like a
That's
total
like
drama
every
island
harem
version
anime.
of like
Korea, on Netflix, there's like an influx of Korean content.
Oh, I love it.
Mhm.
And I have been watching a lot of it. And it is so now my Netflix recommends to me a lot of import content because reasons, but there's basically Korean versions of all of those
Yes.
reality TV shows on Netflix.
By the way, Rosso, yes, a Maze Runner anime would go hard. I agree.
We changed the background to Dragon
Yes.
Maid, and now it's the god, what's her name from
Maline.
Slime? You know what I mean?
Maline.
Yep, and
Everybody's getting distracted by the changing backgrounds. I was like, do I change it up or
now I go back.
leave
Now I
it
go
watch
back.
my rush?
Keep it changing. Keep it changing.
Oh, that would go crazy. Freaking
Ah.
absolutely, you're correct. Freaking Disney's Bear in the Big Blue House as an anime.
Oh God.
No, I would go see Gullah Gullah Island, man. Like you gotta
Yo, dude, Zaboomafoo as an anime.
Um,
How about Danger
Now-
Mouse?
Yo, hold on. Adam Ant as an anime.
So true. So true.
Anime-Zing Radio as an anime.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Already in the name.
No. See, you do Anime-Zing Radio as the commentators for the Wacky Races anime.
Oh, that's so true.
There you go.
or Wipeout or something of the like.
Oh my god, Wipeout was great.
Yeah.
Or you just have somebody tell Ange that they live near Boston and they
God.
live in
You're not gonna let that one go.
Dude, I wish we were live streaming at the time that happened because that was just such an epic moment. Even Christy was like, "What?" But oh my, is it really almost 10? Good God, where'd the time?
Yes, it is.
I know.
It's
It is
been a good
almost
time.
10.
Also, I'm with
And
you
then
with Gullah Gullah, by the way.
Wishbone the anime.
Hold on.
Yes.
Let me see if there's any other PBS kids out there. How
Um,
about a Ghost Rider anime?
yes.
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 Or on that era, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh my
That's
god.
good.
Or you could go the OG with
Anime.
Mr. Wizard.
Ooh.
And
Mr. Rogers.
we've got some
Mr.
more.
Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, the anime.
Mr. Rogers,
Yeah.
it's the nicest anime of all time. Mr. Rogers, the anime, is the comfiest. Just like put on some cocoa and just sit down and relax. The Bob Ross anime.
These are happy trees.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then the trees come to life and just beat the crap out of
Or
them.
I suppose this goes back to. I suppose this one we go back to food, but Julia Child.
Oh man.
Hell's
she should-
Kitchen.
She should have just had an
Hell's Kitchen.
cameo on Food Wars. Like,
Oh my God, could you imagine Food Wars, but they introduce, what's his name there? The chef from Hell's
Ramsey, Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. Imagine
Gordon-
Gordon Ramsay and Food Wars.
They should.
I feel like
Gordon
more
Ramsay.
animes need celebrity cameos, man. Like we need to get more celebrity cameos in anime.
Okay, minus like joking aside, if circling back to the Bob Ross anime, if you haven't seen Blue Period, it's actually really good.
Yes.
I have
Oh
seen
my
it. Yes,
freaking
it
God!
is.
Yes.
It is fantastic.
Which
Wait.
is the painting anime.
I started that.
Ross. We
No,
had an
Thomas
entire
the Tank
conversation
Engine
in my
anime.
house about Thomas the Tank Engine.
And that gets us back to trains. It's a full
Let's
circle.
go.
We
Full
get
circle.
right back to trains.
If we figure out some way to make trains fly, we're gonna lose it. We're gonna go off the rails.
We already have gone off the rails on this crazy train.
Our conversations have derailed so many times tonight. It's ridiculous.
And it's wonderful, man. Like it's been a wonderful conversation.
And
you're all passengers along for the ride.
And this time is probably going to overtime because there's 5 seconds left and it's now tied again.
Cry me a river.
So there may not be, since we are up against it, program note, we probably will not have a show Sunday due to the fact that I am working. Angela will be at a Super Bowl party, considering the fact our Patriots are one of the 2 teams that are playing in the Super Bowl this year. And so we are probably going to take next Sunday off. If I am around, maybe I'll try to do something. It looks like I'll be around Saturday. Maybe we'll try to do something Saturday night, see who's around to join us. Once again, we want to thank Mav and Switch Hacks from Onkey Expo for joining us tonight.
Oh, thank you for having us.
And of course, if you want to find out more information about Onkey Expo, you can check out onkeyexpo.com. Great VTuber convention that is in the works, debuting this year in November 20th through 22nd in Danvers, Massachusetts.
Yes.
And we will be there, and there is a chance that you could have the entire AZR hosting. All 4 of us are going to try to make it. I am confirmed. Kaya is confirmed. Angela, I think, for the most part, is confirmed.
I live less than an hour from there, so yes, I will be
I'm
there.
looking forward to just joining you guys and
Darren is going to do everything he can to try to make the trek up from North Carolina, as long as he's not getting buried by 2 inches of snow.
Mav, I feel like we're gonna end up getting along quite well and bickering about everything.
I hope so. I really do.
I genuinely mean that, because just the Boston versus New York thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a given.
I'm from Boston too, so you're going to be outnumbered.
Well, don't worry, Doug. I'm going to bring you like a little train model. That'll be my peace offering. You know.
Wait,
I'll be the first to say that even though I am a diehard Boston fan, when it comes to the Red Sox Yankees rivalry, I respect the history of the Yankees, but I do not like them.
That's, you know what? I could say it's pretty much the same for me when it comes to the Red Sox.
But I am not brave enough to go to Yankee Stadium and flip it off like you're supposed to do.
Listen, I have to. This is not. This is basically a blood pact. Whatever happens to me, man. Like,
you know what? I will just. You know what? What's going to happen is I will get vengeance, and on my next trip to New York, I will go to Yankee Stadium
and
wearing a Red Sox jersey and flip it off.
You know, the thing is like I feel like, from what I understand about Red Sox, I feel like you were actually safe for the most part. I don't know if I'm gonna walk away from the stadium.
Honestly, you're more likely just to get drunk assholes yelling at you than anything else.
Yeah. I mean, I heard a story of a Red Sox fan that drove their car into a crowd or a Yankees fan who drove her car into a crowd of Red Sox fans in New York City because she hated the Red Sox that much. I have not heard anything like that for Boston, and a lot of crazy shit happens in Boston.
In Boston, 90% of the crazy shit is people screaming and and just being in general stupid.
And then, of course, I live not too far from Philly, where they're like the Eagles fans.
Philly. Philly is a beast. Yeah. I'm not trying to get hit with a battery, man. Like
one of my favorite pre-convention traditions is before PAX Unplugged, every year now for like the past 3-4 years, my buddy and I from Massachusetts will go to the Flyers game the Thursday night before the convention and just have a good time screaming like everybody else. And Gritty is the best mascot ever.
Oh yeah, Gritty is
Gritty's amazing. Like, we don't have anything like that in New York.
Gritty.
We are going to call it a night. I hope everybody has a wonderful week out there. Stay safe until next time. This has been Anime-Zing Radio on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.